I like Daniel Brunskill. He's had good moments in games at a lot of positions, but in this camp this year in one-on-ones, he loses like every time. Uh, are you guys concerned about this position? It seems like the Niners were concerned. That's why they spent a second-round pick on it. But that guy's not coming through anytime soon. So what do you think about this spot? Leo could
Yes,
go
it's a big
first.
concern.
Or Jason, go. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go.
it's a big concern, and obviously they're concerned because they keep moving Brunskill out. Colton McKivitz was taking right guard snaps. Unfortunately Banks is going to be
Yeah.
injured, so we won't even see him step up. That was a second round pick. It was kind of assumed that he was going to be the starter, but yeah, it's an obvious concern. Jordan could talk a little bit more about it because he was definitely watching offensive line, so he can tell you certain reps. But yeah, right guard has been an issue the entire time. All through camp. So. I tried to make the point that, in the games, with Alex Mack and I got out there, that has, a little bit to do with everything because it was funny. That, like his first rep, he's calling out the protections and everything, and you can hear it. The only thing that's louder than Alex Mack yelling is Chris Kosurik yelling, who, by the way, that guy's throat must be like gone, like right now at this point, because he's yelling on every single play. He gets everybody hyped, man. I could hear him.
Real quick, don't you guys wish that you had someone in your life who
like Chris
screamed
Kosurik?
Praise in your face while you did nothing? Like Chris Kosurik was like, yeah, tweet that,
yeah,
tweet that. That's
like if I'm writing an article and the article's done, and he's like, "That's the article, man!" Like, yeah, like everybody needs somebody like Chris Kosurik in their life, but
I probably shouldn't be screaming in the West End. I'm probably gonna get kicked out now.
He has a bunch of energy, so I'll give him that. And then, but yeah, with right guard, obviously it's a concern because, like I said, they're rotating people in and out all camp, trying to figure out the right combination. And the fact that Banks was kind of assumed when you talk about draft capital to be the starter, and Daniel Brunskill seemed to be like the fallback issue, like, hey, we still have Brunskill, we should be fine. Now that that's taken away, now right guard becomes a bit more of an issue. And yeah, I'd be lying if I was saying that I'm not concerned.
Yeah, so the biggest thing to me with Brunskill was that watching the one-on-one reps while the Detroit defensive line was taking reps one-on-one 49ers offensive line, and the biggest problem that I had was that Brunskill got beat 3 reps in a row with literally the same exact move. He got beat with a swim move over the top. The only difference was the one in between, the one in the middle, the second one, was with the left arm rather than the right arm. But he got literally beat with the same thing, and it's something that, at a certain point, hey, every offensive lineman's going to get beat. When defensive lines are repeatedly showing you the same thing and you can adjust, to me that screams a much bigger, issue is at hand. And he had, I believe, I counted 4 for sure. It might have been 5, but reps in these one-on-ones. And he not only didn't win a single one, he got absolutely destroyed on all of them. And the Chargers defensive line is good, but the interior isn't. And it's not like this guy was going one-on-one with Aaron Donald or Chris Jones and was getting work. Like, these aren't household names that are doing this. And I think there's a really tough balance that ends up in this equation when Kyle's deciding this offensive line and who's going to be starting, because Brunskill is phenomenal in that zone blocking scheme. He really is good at getting to the second level. He's good at understanding his assignments and being where he needs to be. But going back all the way to that 2019 season, on critical passing downs, when other teams know they can tee off and you're going to be throwing the ball, that interior has been extremely suspect. And Alex Mack has been huge. He's made Laken Tomlinson and whoever's been at right guard look a lot better. But ultimately, if other teams are able to isolate on that right guard spot, it's going to cause so many problems, especially if Garoppolo is the one starting, because we've seen how hesitant he can be in that pocket. And if he starts to feel that pressure and the pocket collapsing, shrinking a little bit, he's way more prone to make that bad decision, put a ball where he shouldn't, or not step into a throw and end up, he throws so many balls behind as is. If he has his right guard getting pushed into his lap too, it's only going to get worse. So I just think that they're at a point now, like especially with Banks hurt, what are their options really? I don't know that there's anybody else that would come in and be better. I thought McKivitz has looked good. That might be their only real option if they were to move on from Brunskill. But again, Brunskill is so good with the running game. We know how much that means to Kyle Shanahan, that might outweigh it. But he has to be sitting there concerned with, like, not just that he's getting beat, but the way he's getting beat. It was not close, and that is not encouraging at all.
Yeah, I still think he's the best right guard in the team, but he's probably the worst starter on the offense. Really having a terrible camp. I guess it's what you can expect from him one-on-one, but not playing well. Don't seem like I don't think Colton McKivitz is any better though. So that's a tough one. I mean, I guess the Niners have been kind of weak at right guard every single year that Kyle Shanahan has been here, and it hasn't been I don't think he's out concerned about the position. I think he thinks it's the least important position on the field. But as you guys said, it's all the more reason basically for them to run the ball as much as possible, because they're just not a drop back passing team in any way from the quarterback to the offensive line.